Appreciate that. Joining us now in the Element Well Studios, the Mississippi Armed Forces Museum, is Colonel Rick Weaver, the commander of Camp Shelby. Colonel, always good to see you, sir.
Always a privilege. Appreciate it.
So the first thing I got to tell you is I've already interviewed some of the folks involved here at Camp Shelby, the military personnel, the National Guard, regular Army. They're fantastic individuals. They really are. And you and I were just talking offline. You have assembled a fantastic team, and we in the state of Mississippi are blessed to have such a great team, and so is our country.
Well, thank you. I will tell you up front, and it's all about the team here. It really is. From the state employees, the federal, the military wearing the uniforms, the veterans, the community here, everything is tied back in. And it's not just the Hattiesburg area. It's the entire region, the entire state, wherever we go. And we're able to reach out. And currently right now, you just heard the Virgin Island band playing.
Yeah.
They're coming here to train.
Yeah.
We just had the top logistics officer in the Army, the G4, the 3-star, was here doing a visit around Mississippi. So ForceCom, the 4-stars, everyone is coming to Mississippi, and we're being able to tie back in to see what we're able to do. We got a phone call the other day from a 2-star from the Air Force that wants to come to Camp Shelby.
Wow.
And take a look. So those opportunities are all of there, but it is the entire package, as you stated.
Yeah.
We're all doing stuff.
So Camp Shelby, I don't think we in Mississippi, we kind of take it for granted. You know, it's just kind of in our backyard. But it's a pretty big deal in the military. The Camp Shelby, the facility, the assets, the training of our troops that it produces.
We are one of the only facilities in Mississippi or in this region from a National Guard standpoint that is joint national capability training. So we're able to do a JNTC capability training. So anyone from around this nation that's DOD, and not only DOD but .gov, has the ability to come here and train. We still the scouting, Civil Air Patrol, you name it, they come here and do some training. And so from that, just the next 2.5 months, we're around 28,000 people that are going to roll through those gates. And they didn't come here, even though this is a beautiful museum,
Yeah.
They came here to do some training.
Yeah.
And this is just one more added piece to it, but that's where it goes back in, and it takes not only from our CODEL all the way down to our state leadership, down to the local leadership, and being able to tie in with the university, with medical. The ADP here with Chad Noel, he and I sat down the other day. We host once a year the Norwegian Foot March with extra table, and those things, that is just huge.
Yeah.
And being able to bring that and seeing what's going on here. Again, the next couple months is just going to be exploding. And you take a look at that, and you and I have discussed about this. I'm more of a city manager here than I do. I wear the uniform, but I also got to take a look at what's the economic development we bring in. Can you imagine bringing 28,000 people in for 2.5 months? And
Big time.
So that's a huge impact that's going to happen not only to just the Hattiesburg area, but into this entire region and the entire state. Because when they drive in from Tennessee and North Carolina, they're still going to drive back out.
Yep.
And they're going to touch every aspect of those.
And the camp, the facility, its assets, its resources, continuously upgraded.
Oh, yes. And, again, very blessed this last year. If you just saw the budget, Camp Shelby's set for basically $100 million worth of new construction.
Wow. On
top of what we're already showing.
Wow.
And so, and that was specifically set here for the new MATES facilities, the microgrid, doing underground to protect us so that we're able to make sure that when FEMA, MEMA, and the rest of the services come in, that they're here during the natural disasters to be able to serve the citizens of this great state.
I see.
So it's been awesome. It really has. And the honor and privilege of being here as the commander, just like you said, it takes a village. And I made sure I had a village around me. And I have a wonderful group of people that just really take great care of me.
Well, and you're awfully humble about that, but you should be commended in recognizing that that's how you optimize your production, is to put in place people and not be afraid of putting in place people that are smarter than you. That's the mark of a good leader. You have enough confidence in your leadership skills and your abilities. You want the best people in those jobs.
One thing I got to brag on one of my guys. I told they came in and he was new, and this was basically an installation is a lot different than a line unit. And he's like, well, what do I do? I said, just think outside the box.
Yeah.
And he's over my directorate of public works. So what he did was got all of his landscape crew, because we got a lot of grass here, as you well know.
Sure do, yeah.
So he said, well, let me find another place in which I could bring them and kind of do some crosstalk. So he went to one of our universities and had them talking with our guys and doing that crosstalk of what's best practices.
Sure.
That was an outside-the-box deal. Same thing, we've got Kids AT coming up. Awesome opportunity, and it's full. I think it's over 150 kids that are going to be coming here, participating in that. Of course, you know our Youth Challenge program that we got here, working on our 29th year to do that. That's 2 classes a year, Gerard.
That's awesome.
29th year of us to be able to do those. And, again, as a mobilization training station, so from FORSCOM, First Army, all of that, coming in, being able to see. And it's not just a National Guard place. I've got all your active duty components coming in. All of your Army Reserve components are coming in. The Marines here are right now. They've had over 1,000 Marines here for a couple months. So it's not just a weekend stuff.
Wow.
So it's amazing. It really is.
Well, we are blessed to have, like I said, the facility in the state of Mississippi, and more importantly, the great people that staff it and man it, as you have alluded to. So what's on the boards here for the camp? You said $100 million. I'm kind of blown away by that. That's a lot. So what are you going to be doing?
That's only on the federal side.
Okay.
The state has been very good to us as well, too, to tie back into those mission sets. So from the federal side, our MATES facility was built back in the 1980s.
Okay.
And that takes care of multiple states here. And so from there, now we need a larger facility to be able to drive in the larger tanks. So $18 million there. We have a microgrid that we were talking about, because out of our 3 mission sets, one of them is to be a staging area for FEMA, MEMA, and your power companies and all of that during natural disasters. A microgrid to be able to come in and be able to operate for 96 hours or up to 14 days here without any power is huge for us to be able to do that, and tying in is the underground cabling for that. And then the state has came in as well, and it rains a little bit and it gets a little hot and we got some humidity. But you've been out to our facilities and you've seen what we call the pole barns.
Yep.
To be able to put those roofs over there and then have those dehumidifiers to be able to send that dry air in there to keep the moisture at a low level.
Okay.
And so the state was able to provide funding for that, along with other things, throughout the armories. So we have really been blessed in the Mississippi Guard, not only the Army and the Air, with a great federal, but also a great state leadership.
That's awesome. That's good to hear. In the little bit of time we have left, Colonel, what do you hear from folks that come from outside of Mississippi? They come to Camp Shelby for training. They stay for a while. What kind of feedback do you get from them?
When they show up first, it's hot, it's humid, but they say it is beautiful. Yeah. And they say they're coming back. Now, we have a USAR group that has came in, and they used to go up north a lot. But the customer service that comes here, that's what brings people back here, and the ability to do the training in which we do. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say anything about our partnership with the U.S. Forest Service. Is tied back in to allow us to have the 136,000 acres in which we're able to utilize. So all of those tied in together, but the customer service is probably the one thing everyone comes back here to, no matter where you go. And it's not because of me. It's because they want to make sure that the opportunities for that soldier, sailor, airman, Marine, whatever, is training and gets that opportunity to do it here before they go to bad places and do good things.
Well, I can say personally, every time I come here, the base, the camp is absolutely pristine and so well kept, only to be exceeded by the fine people that work and serve here. Thank you, Colonel.
Thank you so very much, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Colonel Rick Weaver, the commander of Camp Shelby, has been our guest here on Middays. We'll come right back. We've got Major General Jansen Boyles. He's the Mississippi National Guard Adjutant General. Stay